Yesterday I had dinner shoot. You like it? Chyba żartujesz.
Stage, Roxana, stage, please. Yes, I heard. Welcome. Welcome to the Grundtvig Partnership International Seminar here
Look at me. Thank you.
Modify our timetable. So welcome again to Vaslui, and let me express my best feelings from our organization, which name is Cultural Association Europea. It's an organization we founded in 6 years ago, and there were 6 years full of activities with an European label. It's a label from the European Commission for the project Modern Trilogy. We got in 2006, and we are very proud. It was a special gift, I can say, for us, and it marked the quality of our activities, of our projects. We focus on, with our organization, on professional activities for the teachers, for the language teachers, on European projects, on cultural, also cultural activities. We were involved in making movies, in a Youth in Action special project we coordinated 3 years ago with many associations from Slovakia, from Italy, and also from Romania. So we have experience in all types of projects. We will show you a few results of our activities, of our projects in our presentations we prepared for today. Let me introduce my team, a part of my team which is present here today. So it's an Alina's team, or we can say. Mrs. Alina Talpalaru, English teacher. Mrs. Alina Moraru, a French teacher. She's also a school principal for one of the schools in Vaslui, and also an English teacher, Miss Loredana Pintilie. We also have Miss Mihaela Antanu, Mrs. IT for learning process. And we decided to create this new project that we coordinate. And it's the only Grundtvig project for Vaslui County coordinated by an institution from Vaslui County. We are in very good relations with the local authorities, and we hope that we will get adults from city administration, from the teachers' departments for our for our trainees, for our future trainees in languages, for the courses that we will create during the project on the platform of the project. We have a lot of guests here, new partners in this project, and I will let you introduce yourselves during the presentations that will follow in our program. Here, as a strategy, we founded a kind of consortium, a kind of educational consortium involving School Inspectorate from Vaslui and House of Didactic staff from Vaslui, also Mihai Cogălnicianu High School. And I will ask now my colleagues from this consortium to come to present their institutions. We will start with the chief of the House of Didactic Staff, Mrs. Ursanu Cica. If you want to address a few words.
În momentul în care a venit domnul Alexandru și mi-a propus acest parteneriat, am acceptat cu mare plăcere, cu mare bucurie și necondiționat, știind.
So when my colleague Alexandru came and asked me to enter this partnership,
având în vedere că obiectivul principal al Casei Corpului Didactic este formarea cadrelor didactice.
Taking into account that the main objective of the House of Didactic Staff is educating the teachers or offering resources for teachers.
Și acum, în contextul noii legi a educației naționale,
and in the context of the new law of national education,
Casa Corpului Didactic capătă noi roluri instituționale.
The House of Didactic Staff has some
Și ne
other
bucurăm să cunoaștem și să venim în contact și cu alți parteneri.
We are glad to get in touch with some other
Și să cunoaștem sistemul de educație din alte țări.
and to know the system of education from some other countries.
O să rămână în continuare colega mea, profesor metodist Amalia Cazacu,
My colleague is going to stay.
profesor de limbă franceză,
She's a teacher of
care va prezenta și Casa Corpului
She will present
Didactic
the activity of the
cu
House
tot
of
ce
Didactic
înseamnă
Staff.
roluri, dotare materială, resurse umane și activitățile pe care le desfășurăm.
So activities and also resources that we offer and parts that we play in the activity.
Eu vreau să felicit pe Alexandru pentru acest proiect.
I want to congratulate
Mă bucur să vă cunosc și să vă
Alexandru.
doresc succes în aceste activități.
I'm glad to meet you and I wish you good luck.
Our local partners. This is Landiana Mihnevici from the School Inspectorate of Vaslui.
Hello. Hello again, Turkey. I met you yesterday in a high school with a sports program. Hello, everybody. My name is Landiana Mihnevici and I'm school inspector in charge with educational projects and the European programs. I'm representing both the national agency and the Ministry of Education because there is a special situation in Romania, like in France, for example. We have in each county, there are 42 counties in Romania, a school inspector in charge with European cooperation. We are the go-between the national agency and the beneficiaries of the program. I'm very glad to be here to collaborate with Alexandru, my former student.
It's not true, it's a joke.
So, I'm glad to be with you here, but I will not stay because I'm preparing our project meeting in Turkey. Tomorrow I will leave Romania for Turkey. In Aksaray we have a Grundtvig project with partners from Czech Republic, Estonia, Lithuania, Italy, and Turkey. And I have to go, of course, but I hope you will enjoy your stay here. You will have a successful seminar of opening of your project, and I want to say hello to our colleagues from Piatra Neamț, your other Romanian partner, and to wish you good luck and success with your project meeting.
Thank you.
And hope to see you again.
And because I decided to respect the structure of our project and the order of our partners, we will start with our partners from Croatia, from Zagreb. It's very hard for me to pronounce.
Udruženje.
Obrčnja komora Zagreb. You can see.
You will excuse us.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Is it better? Well, thank you for having us here in Romania. I'm representative of Croatia, of Udruženje of the city of Zagreb. I'm here together with my colleagues, Mr. Maksimovic and Mr. Šrast. Mr. Maksimovic is director and he's involved in different things of project activities in all sorts of projects, so that's why as an expert in this field he is here with us. And Goran is an IT expert and he will understand all the technical parts of nelpae project better than I. I am a professor of Italian and Croatian language and literature, and I'm one of the ideas from Croatia is in an nelpae project is to make something with languages, like all probably you have this idea. But for start, I will tell you from where we are coming. We are coming from Croatia, from the capital of Croatia, which is Zagreb, as you can know. Maybe you don't know, but I will tell you now that Croatia is a land with Adriatic country with many islands, and our neighbors are Hungary, Slovenia, Bosnia and Herzegovina, and Italy on the opposite side of the Adriatic Sea. Croatia is divided in 20 countries, and the capital of Croatia is Zagreb, from where we are coming, where are we situated. Zagreb, as the capital of Croatia, is not only economical but also cultural and political center. Zagreb, with his wide surroundings, has more than 1 million people, and it's the biggest town in Croatia, the center of everything important in Croatia. These are some data about business in Croatia, about craftsman system in Croatia. Why craftsman system in Croatia? Because Chamber of Crafts, Association of Craftsmen, and Crafts College are three, let's say, important institutions which occupies with everything which has something involved with craftsmen in Croatia. Main activities of the Croatian craftsman system are wholesale and retail, building, construction, different hotels and restaurants, and processing industries. We occupy with all this. We give different advice for these people, for this sector which are dealing in this area. This is the organization of Croatian Chamber of Trades and Crafts, which is at the top. Then we have 20 regional country chambers, because in Croatia we have 20 countries. And at the end is Association of Craftsmen. And we are representative of the Association of Craftsmen of City of Zagreb. Chamber, which exists in Croatia, is something that is mandatory. We have also voluntary membership in our chamber, and the funds necessary for work of the chamber are members' fee, property income, but also service fees and other sources. This is the Chamber of Trades and Crafts Zagreb, which is the largest regional chamber in Croatia. It's situated in the city of Zagreb, and almost 18% of all registered craftsmen in Croatia are situated in Zagreb. Chamber of Trades and Crafts of City of Zagreb has 15 associations, and Association of City of Zagreb is one of the biggest. These are some data about how Chamber of Trades and Crafts is organized, and it is organized in sections and in guilds. Sections for different occupations, and guilds also for all these lists of professions that you can see. Tasks of the Chamber of City of Zagreb are mostly this, what you can see. To give technical assistance and advice when somebody decides to open their own business, for monitoring and for analysis of economic policies which have something involved with crafts, and for promoting, coordinating, representing the interests of craftsmen on the local but also on the national level, and now with this project, with this Grundtvig project, also on international level. We also have these tasks to submit opinions and proposals in which have something involved with legislation, all in the interest of crafts and craftsmanship. Also encouraging organization different crafts and trade fairs, market promotion, and promoting other tasks as it is defined by the law and the state of Chamber of Trade and Crafts. But the main activity of the Chamber of Trade and Crafts is education, as you can see, because craftsman system in Croatia has public authorities and needs to look for needs to be aware of everything what is going on in the education. That's why Chamber promotes, organizes, and participates in vocational education and in training for the craftsmen. Gives different presentation of vocational education in primary school, and also issues books and materials which promotes vocational education. This not only for vocational education, but also for adult education. These are some data about how many pupils are attending vocational schools in Zagreb, with the most popular professions in Croatia are hairdressers, auto mechanics, cooks, and waiters. And for these, for vocational education, Chamber is giving the lists of crafts occupation in short, which are the most popular, which are the deficit occupation, and so on. Chamber is planning enrollment of quota, how many people can be written in the vocational secondary schools, and in this. And it also gives different scholarships to the students who are studying for class occupation in short. Apprenticeship and practical training of the students of our vocational secondary school is something what is the main activity of the chamber also. There are licensing workshops in which our students can go on the practical training. We also have all the register of these workshops where students can go to study their practical skills in the occupation for which they are studying. Different control exams and the system exams which chamber conducts. And these are public authorities of the chamber in education of adult students, adult people. We have something which is called in Croatian Master Crafts for 62 occupational professions. A person which wants to open a small business or medium business in Croatia needs to have Master Craft exam so that he or she can open a small business. And in this field, in this process of opening, for pass this exam, Crafts College, which is one of the organizations founded by the chamber, we give preparation for this Master Crafts exam. We have also vocational scheme exams, which are shorter type of exams. And all we do in a long life learning, for lifelong learning, because these master exams are something which usually people decide to pass in their adult age. So through this long life learning, we are trying to upgrade quality of apprenticeship practical education. We also give courses for master crafts, for leaders of practical trainings in school, and for exam committee members. These are managing entities and bodies of the Chamber of Crafts, Assembly, Managing Board, Supervisory Board, and we have a president at the top of the Chamber. These are offices, how Chamber office is organized. We have 5 offices: Office of President, Office for Economics, for Legal Issues, for Education Office, and Office of General Financial and Technical Affairs. These are some information about Chamber of Trade and Crafts, where it is situated. This is the Ilica 49, is the main street of Zagreb, and we have here a website where you can check all the things about which I spoke on the website. This is Chamber, and we have other body, which is Association of Craftsmen of Zagreb. nelpae is project of association. Why association? As Association of Craftsmen, one of the main activities of the association to be very near to the craftsmen and to do everything in their everyday job for the needs of the craftsmen. Education of the craftsmen after finishing vocational secondary school is something which is very important for them. So that's why association represents the interest of 9,000, almost 9,000 craftsmen on the area of Zagreb. Craftsmen Association also promotes, coordinates, and represents the interest of their members in front of the different local self-government bodies and other organizations, and place great attention also to inform the entire membership about through the radio program, which we present, which we organize every week, and we have also all information published and published in the crafts paper, which are monthly released on the area. Structure of the association is similar as the one of the chamber. We have executive body, supervisory body, and administrative body, and personnel of the association, which consists of 8 people who are managing and leading the association in their everyday activities. Together with chamber association, one of the third institution is prep college. But before, a little bit about activities that association does for their members, that are vocational education and training for their members, organize different lectures and seminars for professional experts, and gives also preparation for master exams, for practices for students, and organize visits to the craft fairs in the country and also abroad for promoting different events. Special, like it is written here, special attention is focused on education of young craftsmen, of their needs and how they can, with extra education, be better participants of market, with other market. And association cooperates very well with also other vocational schools. This is the place where it is situated association, and on the 3rd floor of this building, association is on the 1st floor, and on the 3rd floor is something what is called, and these are the photos of our institution.
This is the place of our next meeting.
Yes,
the project.
yes.
So you can already see where we will go.
We have parts for hairdressers, for cosmetics, for, you will see also for informatics and so on. Everything, the good thing is that everything is under one place. So when somebody needs needs something, or in one place he can find everything. Like I said, on the 3rd floor of that building is Craft College, and that's the institution for adult education. Why Craft College? In 2006, Chamber and Association decided to found Craft College with his main activity is to be there for craftsmen, which has something related with education. If craftsman wants to have, let's say, a training in IT or in language or in something with cosmetics, he comes to Crafts College and we organize for them these kind of things. We organize practical trainings for them, and we mostly craftsmen do not have enough time. They don't have enough mostly time to educate well. So participating in an applied project, our intention is to give them a chance through websites, to different platforms, from their home to study, so they can study. And for now, we decided that for this platform, we're gonna make courses for economics. Let's say introduction in the economics, not something huge or something else, but things which are practical for our craftsmen, and a course language for Italian, because I'm an Italian teacher. So we're gonna test with this platform if craftsmen are capable of using this, and how we're gonna definitely say them, you need to try this, you can teach, you can learn by this platform. And that's why we also have IT courses, which government is teaching, so we're gonna test everything. This will be a little test cooperation craftsman system as well as for us. These are some main tasks which we do, but mostly we educate people in short training courses. But we also have, Craft College also has different project activities which are related to LLP, Lifelong Learning Program, and as well as IPA projects which we do in Croatia. These are our facilities, our classrooms for informatics, and one small for different things. Our institution, Crafts College, will be host of Grundtvig in training service, and the main topic of the question, Chamber Association at Crafts College. Okay.
If there are questions for our colleague, I can offer you the microphone.
You could give me right away microphone so that I didn't need to sit here.
I saw you.
It's okay.
You opened this. And
The others can take microphone.
okay. Next time.
Croatia.
Okay.
For Alexandru, coordinator. And then I want to thank our managers, two managers. They didn't leave us. They came here with us. I want to introduce Turkey before. Turkey has 70 million population. It has a big population. We are coming from Kastamonu. Kastamonu is a Black Sea region. It has 360,000 population. There are 82 provinces in Turkey. One of them is Kastamonu. We are representing Kastamonu National Educational Directorate. We can see the photo of our directorate. Our directorate has responsible from all the management levels in the province. There are 20 districts. There are 20 districts at our city. Our directorate is responsible for all the management levels. At our city, there are 360 schools totally. We have totally teachers, managers, 4,300 teachers totally at our city. Especially, we wanted to participate project for handicapped people. There are 604 handicapped at our city. The physical geographical situation of our districts are bad. They are far from to city center, and the handicapped people live there. And with this platform, we thought the handicapped people in that districts will reach the platform, and they will have chance to learn languages. Yes, there are departments at our directorate. One of them is personal services. Educational services, strategy development services, again educational services, others. Strategic development services. For example, if we think strategic development services, they prepare strategic plans for schools. Every school has strategic planning. They can see 5 years planning. They decide, every school decide what will do during the 5 years, about budget, about plannings. The services make the duty, make the controls, they read the strategical plannings of schools. Okay. Inspection and guidance services. Yes. Organization structures. Yes. all we can see all the departments here. Yes, can we make the lines more darker, please? Hocam,
arka tarafı
sorry.
blue değil de şey olmuş şu anda. Açık olmuş da.
Departments, there are 12 Department of Physical Education and Sport. There are 13 Teacher Service and Social Affairs Department. There are 14 Grants and Housing Department. There are 15 Department of Private Education Institutions. I want to stress here 15 Department of Private Education Institutions. There are 16 Health Affairs Department. There are 17 Vocational, Technical and Non-Formal Education Department. There are 18 Education Department Tools and Equipment. There are 19 Archive and Department of Administration Section. There are 20 Civil Defense Services. There are 21 Press and Public Relations Department. And there are Department of Statistics. Okay?
Number of staff.
Yes, number of staff we can see. One provincial national educational director is here with us. We thank to him. One head education inspectors, 3 vice presidents, 15 district education directorate, 1 civil defense expert, 6 branch manager. Our branch manager is here. We are studying for research and innovation department. Our team, Hatice Şahin English teacher, Mustafa Bostancı history teacher. We are responsible for all the projects at our premise. We are helping to our schools. We are helping the teachers who wants to make European Union projects. The 3 friends, we are working with voluntarily. We are helping the teachers at our premise. In our city, 3 private, 8 public, 11 preschool education institution, 2 private, 274 divided 262 public elementary school, 150 elementary combined classes, 26 general, 34 school vocational and technical, total of 60 high schools, 73 private, total 487 organizations we have at our city Kastamonu. Yes, the other institutions, for example, adult education centers, at city centers, we have adult education centers. There are many courses for them. For example, last year, 2,900 people attended these adult education courses. The number of students per classroom is 22 and the number of students per teachers are 23 at our city. For secondary education, there are 24 general secondary high school, 36 secondary school vocational and technical secondary schools are located. Totally, there are 60 high schools in our province. 16,939 students are studying in these schools. The majority percentage at general school. Back, please. General secondary education, 40% of the distribution of secondary school students in our province, 60% of are receiving education in vocational and technical secondary education. However, only general secondary school students are included in the calculations. 46%, 54% are in vocational and technical secondary education. Yes, okay. The same. Oh, there are 19 teacher guest house with 459 bed capacity. Whenever you come to Turkey next year, at the beginning of the April, you will see one of the guest house teachers, guest house at city center. Yes, we can see here, I mentioned before, there is IDAT Education Center at our city. We can see the statistics of the number of course years, the name of the courses, how many courses we opened there. For example, I want to mention the name of the courses in IDAT Education Center, literary course for IDAT men and women, literacy course, socio-cultural courses, vocational courses, apprentice course, head worker course, the other, okay. There is a vocational education center, other vocational education centers for IDAT, but specifically at the field of vocationally. Tourism Education Center, the other one, courses devoted to the vocational technical high schools. Okay. We can see a photo from courses.
That's me.
Yes, that's
A
Hatice.
small group of my adult students belong to every, they come from every occupation, especially they are
Thanks
teachers.
very much.
Our media partner in the project, and we will try to have some interviews with them. They came here to take interviews, and in the evening, you know, at 6 o'clock our TV show begins with the coordinators or with the representatives of these organizations involved in the project. It's Italian team's turn now. They are composing on it. We already met in 2 other projects, Multilateral Comenius Project Media Info, and last multilateral project Comenius, which main object was also to create a platform, but for pupils. And this time we will meet them in a different way, because they also have adult education to that school in Vaslui, and adult centers.
Okay. First of all, I want to introduce myself. I'm Francesca Valeriani, and I'm the English teacher at Scuola Media Petrobono. It is the location where we have the CTP, that is the institution that deals with adult education. And our theme is composed by Carla La Pietra, is an Italian teacher, and she's the coordinator of this group, this team. And Mr. Di Ponzo Alessandro, that is the teacher of design and technology in the CTP. CTP is in Italian Centro Territoriale Permanente, and it deals with adult education, but also education where involved the prisons. So we work in the prisons and we work at school with adult people. This is now, up to now, it is not an autonomous institution because we are located at Scuola Media Petrobono, but we are working because there is an Italian law that is working to let this CTP become an independent and autonomous center, autonomous institution. What we deal with is, for example, working with foreign adults, foreign students, because you know that in these years they are coming to Italy, many flows of foreigners are coming to there, and so we are trying to prepare them, to collocate them in a work world. And to make it easier, they have to know the knowledge of Italian language. And so they give them the permission of staying in Italy, because you know that in Italy it's important to have the permission to stay there and to work there, and to gain this permission, they need to have the knowledge of the basis of Italian language. Otherwise, the policy department don't give him the permission to stay there. We work in three separate fields. For example, my two colleagues working in prisons, and they give the certificate, the degree of secondary school, and so the prisons can study, can learn Italian, can learn other languages, for example, Spanish, French, English, and so on. They can have also IT knowledges, so information technology, and they can have also other courses, for example, craft courses or pottery courses. And I get this moment to say to you that we have brought with us here in Romania some presents for you, and they are some works made by prisoners, some terracotta pots, and we'll give you them in a secondary moment. CTP, I was saying before, CTP is a dependent center, so it is located in Scuola Media Pietro Bono, and the headmaster, the head teacher of Scuola Media Pietro Bono, Professoressa Carfagna, is also the coordinator of this center. But there is an Italian project to let this center become an independent one, an autonomous one. The staff is composed by some high teachers of English, Spanish, French, other languages, but we made also other courses at school that are, for example, dance courses, or playing instrument, to learn to play some instruments, and IT courses, and so on. This is not the first one we worked together, because also last year we participated to another project that is also the Grundtvig project inside the prisons, and they worked together with other colleagues from Italy with these prisoners. And what I have prepared for you is to let you know what are the aims and what were the aims, the objectives, and also the results we gave the last year with this first part of the project. So let's see the presentation. This is a PowerPoint presentation, Grundtvig project. This is a photo that we got last year from all the team, all the partners belonging to this project Grundtvig. Adult Education Center of Frosinone is also the name of the center, the name of institution. There are some programs here.
Yeah, there are some programs.
Okay. Project coordinator last time was the Christian Leadership College of Riga, Latvia, and that is a non-profit organization, and we work together. Partners, so all the institutions and organizations working in educational and professional fields of present education. I want to let you know that we don't deal with vocational education. We give the basis, we give the first knowledge of languages, but then after our courses, the prisoners can attend other kinds of courses, as for example, vocational education courses. So the partners were the Inspectorato Scuola Giudiziaria Gorgi from Romania, the Prison Department by Minister of Justice Clepeda, Lithuania, from France, ISC and GERS, Adult Education Center of Frosinone, that is ours, Italy, Mersin Adult Education Centers, and Evening Vocational School from Turkey. So we have here other partners we already know and some new ones. Okay. So the activities we carried out that were carried out by all the partners were to learn different practices in PE, that is the present education of different countries, to learn IT, ITC implementation in adult education, as well as virtual learning environments such as Moodle, because I wasn't in this project last year, so I got to know it during these few months, but I think that you implemented a platform for this project through Alex, okay, and another activities to study in mates and other disadvantaged groups, learning and learner needs of each participating country, to disseminate the results of the learning partnership on national level as well as among the colleagues in different countries, and to study labor market and skill competencies required in each country. What we want is to prepare these people, inmates and not foreign students, but also adults. For example, in my classes, in my courses, there are people from 15 years old to 80 years old that want to learn a new language, and it's very, very, very nice to give them the opportunity to study and to learn a new language, also if they are not so young. Okay. The objectives of the project: accumulate appropriate ideas on different learning strategies and practice and exploit them on national level, initiate a cooperation among educators such as e-courses accumulation and or exchange, develop set of recommendations to participating educational organization for effective solution in present education. EASIN is the acronym of this study. Provide appropriate training to satisfy the needs. What is important is understand the needs of these people, because we want when they exit, for example, from prison, they can be collocated inside a work world. Otherwise, our work is unusual, because if don't give the opportunity to be collocated inside a work world, our work has no utility. The feedback and the opinions of this team: distance learning, e-learning represents an important opportunity to enhance inmates' education and vocational training, both during and after their detention. It's very important because they are happy to study. She was saying to me yesterday that some prisoners, for example, say, okay, during my life I had no opportunity to study. Also the elementary school, to attend the elementary school. So it's very important to give them the opportunity to know something. That could be a language, that could be some IT tool, for example. But what is important to give them the opportunity to learn something that is useful for their future. So when they exit, they can have the opportunity to speak and also to stay, to remain in Italy and not to come back to their countries, okay? Virtual learning environments can guarantee a continuous information flow that let learning continue beyond present and become an integral part of a lifelong learning process. That is, I think, the main objective of our courses. Okay, that's all. This is the there is the site. I think the address is okay. Okay, so that's all. That's our presentation. Okay. Thank you very much.
Of the Teacher Development Center from Piatra Neamț County. I'm here in this meeting with my director, Miss Mihaela Sofronina. So I'm a little nervous to see you all again. I'm very happy, and I want to give many thanks to Alex for choosing us again as partners. And I will present to you our institution. Our purpose is to train the teachers from pre-university schools. We are a unit connected to the school inspectorate. Of course, we are all subordinated to the education ministry. This is our team from the teacher department center. Of course, we have a lot of associated teacher trainers. So we are involved in many projects. I will present you for short some very important project national. One of this is named Compass, Professional Teaching Career. By this project, we are training kindergarten teachers, primary school teachers, and gymnasium school teachers. It's a national one. Of course, we have another one named Professional at all levels at school education. By this project, we teach librarians, secretaries, and accountants from the schools. Another one named Digital Tools to Improve the Quality of Assessment in High School Education. His purpose was to form the high school teachers. And of course, we are a lot of seminar, international seminar. Last year we had one with a university from Canada named Wonderful Education, in partnership with Open Eyes Foundation, University Simon Fraser from Canada, and of course Imaginative Education Research Group, also from Canada. Another seminar was, these are some pictures from these seminars. Another one was named Divergent Thinking and Imaginative Education, also in partnership with Canada. And of course, every year our institution is organized an international symposium named Education for Sustainable Development. This year was in partnership with the Centre Régional de Documentation Pédagogique de l'Académie de l'Alliance France. As I say, I'm a little bit nervous. Also, our teacher department is developing this year's some Leonardo da Vinci project. You can say this is one with Germany, Poland, Romania, Turkey, UK, France, and Portugal. This first meeting was in Halle, Germany. And another one, training of trainers in education in European context. His purpose is to do 60 trainers will take part in 2 weeks in 3 flows in Portugal and UK, also in spring 2012. These are the biggest projects that our institution is developing this year. Of course, our center is having a lot of cultural activities with all the schools from the entire county. Some cultural activities. I will present you a film of where you can see some image from the school activities, school cultural activities. This is our location. This is a course for kindergarten teachers. activities. Our team working in school with teachers and children. Training course. Now I will present you another film. Especially for
Why did you wear the same costume? It's a tradition.
Yes. We are providing a lot of courses for kindergarten cleaners. For everybody who wants to do this, so we are very interested about the Croatian methods, new methods to know. Be there tomorrow.
equipamento das escolas de violão.
But
I don't think
okay, I will.
it's possible to use your website.
So far, I think that we are the only school working in this project. We are not an association. We work in a school. Agrupamento de Escolas de Violonga is a grouping of schools which includes schools from kindergarten till our school, which is not a secondary school, it's an elementary school, and we also have secondary school courses. Our school is called Escola EP23 de Violonga, and we offer compulsory education from the 5th grade till the 12th grade. We have students from 10 to 15 in compulsory education, and in secondary education we only have professional courses. We are included in this project because our school also has classes in the evening for adults. We have adults who left school very early because they wanted to work, because they didn't have possibilities to continue studying. So our school offers, and also some schools in Portugal, we have courses from literacy for those who don't know how to write and read. We have basic education, secondary school education, Portuguese as a foreign language, and modular training in English and ICT. That's what we offer in our school. In basic education, the training areas which we have, when I mean basic education, I'm talking about the 5th and 6th grade, and also 7th. The basic education. Yeah. Okay, so it's from the 5th till the 9th grade, and the subjects adults have are not the same as the subjects we have during for young teenagers. We adopted the most important subjects to the adults' needs. So we have, for example, maths for everyday life, language and communication, English, ICT, communication, citizenship, and employability. These are the areas we offer. And as I've already said, all these areas are strongly connected with experiences in everyday life and the world of work. They don't have Portuguese, maths, English, geography. We try to teach our adult learners things that they can apply, that they can use in their everyday life, which can be useful for them. For secondary education, the training areas they have is citizenship and employability, culture, language and communication, mother tongue and a foreign language. When I say foreign language, it's English. Society, technology and science, and they have to build during the period they are in school a reflexive portfolio of the learning process. The same happens in secondary education. What they learn is, or ideally has to do with their everyday life, and it's the software. So it's interconnected with their. ICT problem.
This is open office, and you worked probably in another office. So this is open office here, LibreOffice. It's a different software, and probably there are compatibilities.
Okay, so in these two, basic education and secondary education, is involved in one more project, and I want my colleagues to work with me, and I want them to learn English, because sometimes they tell me, okay, Paula, I don't go because I can't speak English, I don't understand. So with this project, they will have some of them will have the opportunity to improve their language. In this case English, and can come with us and participate in this kind of project, and that's all. Some of the activities that I talked to you.
Sempre a tentar mudar, mudar de vida, não te queres viver com defeito, mudar de vida, se a vida em ti é ver-te sorrir, eu nunca te vi, e a cantar, eu nunca te ouvi, será de ti, ou pensas que tens que ser assim? Tu não vives satisfeito, mudar de vida, estás sempre a tempo de mudar, mudar de vida, não deves viver com defeito, mudar de vida, se a vida em ti é desejar.
Do you speak English?
Ver-te sorrir, eu nunca te vi, e a cantar, eu nunca te ouvi, será de ti, ou pensas que tens que ser?
Valentine's Day.
Now it's an institution with a complicated name term. Towarzystwo Miłośników.
From Poland, we came here to Vaslui. It is our 5th visit to the country and our 4th visit to this town. Today I came with my colleague Sylvia, and she's my colleague from work and from our town. Today I will present our association, which is called Towarzystwo Miłośników Kujaw, and you will see that we got, well, the picture is different on the projector, but anyway, it is. You can see that we live in central Poland. Our town is quite small. Only 5,000 people live in our town. We don't have any factories, so mostly our part of Poland is just farmers, farms, and agriculture. As you can see in the pictures, our town is, there are a few interesting places, but the city is quite old. Almost 800 years ago it was set by a king of Poland. I don't know what's going on here. It's going fast. Yeah, I just have
Open the other one.
Let's go on. So, as you can see, there are a few places where there is a small museum, and we try to collect different things that were used in the past by our citizens in our region, and these are objects that used to be used at homes, at farms, and right, let's go on. So, as you can see, there are a few places worth seeing. For example, in this slide you can see our headquarters, which is placed in a library building. The association has only one room, and in this room there is a small museum. And we try to collect different things that were used in the past by our citizens in our region, and these are objects that used to be used at homes, at farms, and right now they disappear from houses. And we also educate children and teenagers and also adults, and we present our history to the children. They need to know our roots and our history of our region. We also have a big event in our city. It is usually in September at the end of the holidays, summer holidays. It is the battle which took place many years ago in Poland, near our town. And every year we have a short, some kind of theater inscenization of this battle, and it is quite interesting from the point of if you want to, yeah, I don't know what's going on. It was nothing written here, and as you can see, the people are dressed up, and a lot of viewers coming to see the battle, and it is quite interesting event to see. A lot of people from town are also involved in this battle, because a lot of people take part in the events that usually last for 1 week. So it's not only the battle, but also some interesting events take place in the churches or in the town itself. And almost everybody in town is involved in doing something, especially teachers or people who work in our government institutions. Here, for example, you can see that some things, some interesting events take place in the city, and this kind of event is very entertaining for not only for the people who live in our town, but also for visitors. So it's not only during the day, but the whole town turns out in a, let's say, old city, and people are wearing some dresses, and also at night we have some events. Yeah, so I'm coming back to our institution. It was set up a very long time ago, almost in 1916, and at the beginning, our institution was from the beginning it was very active, and we tried to do as much as we could to our town, and people usually people got involved in all kind of activities. This picture was taken, I don't know, in 60s. As you can see, some of the ladies are dressed in our costumes, traditional regional costumes. And what do we do in our institution? So we promote different crafts and things that are not met in our homes anymore. For example, blacksmiths, they disappeared from Poland almost totally, and some traditional food and other things that used to be made at home, but they are not any longer. Our organization, our institution also promotes some local artists, poets and writers. So if they want to publish a book or play, they can come to our institution, and we can find some funds to publish the books or poems. So it is probably the only institution that can help them. We also cooperate and promote our local folklore music, which is important. Not every town in Poland has a folklore band like this, and this team is invited to many schools. And this picture was taken a very long time ago, maybe in 80s, I guess. And these are the most important people in our association. The first lady, you can't see it in the presentation, but I can see it, that the first lady, the blonde one, is our president. The lady down under the first picture is our vice president. And the three people, these are the most important members of our association. Here we have some other members. The average age is almost 60.
Where are you?
Yeah, I'm at the back, in the first picture.
Ah, yes.
Yes, I am. Yeah, so what do? We promote local traditions. We promote local writers and poets. We promote local cuisine and our region. We also educate children and local community. We run local museum and collect local exhibits. And sometimes people bring some exhibits to our museum. We cooperate with local schools. We also promote local folklore and organize meetings with people who are worth meeting and seeing and listening to.
I wonder if in Poland poets are not writers, because in Romania poets are also writers.
Yeah, but you can be a writer and not necessarily a poet.
But being a writer is important.
No, it's not only from philological point of view, it's not the same. And why did we decide to do the Grundtvig project? The first reason was to promote an active style of living. As I said, we in our association we have people who are over 60. So they usually, in small towns, they have nothing to do. They are waiting for death, I would say. And they are eager they want to do something else, but they have no choices. Nobody gives them a task to do, so we decided to involve them. The second reason was to promote adult education, because people usually think that if they finish secondary school or high school or university, they think that they don't have to study any longer, which is not true, especially nowadays. We also want to promote long life learning, which means that you can retire and sit at home, but you can still be active and learn and help other people. As I said, we want to involve the elderly people because they can do something with their life. And we also want to promote our region and our values, so that from that point of view it is also important for us to tell people about our institution. And why adult education? It gives some kind of extra motivation to do something useful, and it shows that elderly people have a huge impact on the youth. So if the teenagers look at their grandmothers or grandfathers, they can give them a good example for studying and to get involved in something else. Well, it's going too fast. And well, you should buy an office. So much money.
You should work in open office.
So this is my team. The first picture shows my colleague Sylvia, who is with me today, and she's an English teacher. We work together a lot, and we are doing many things together in our school and in our town. Also, we want to get we sign up to the association, our association, to do something with the people. We have a huge experience in teaching.
Select from the right. With the right side. Yeah.
It is a good presentation, but the program is not very good. So we, as I mentioned, as an organization, we haven't done anything, no project. So that was the reason to get involved, the association, in something new. But in a school, we took part in a communist projects such as Culinaria, and last year we did
coordinated by
Alexandru.
Yes.
And another project with Alexandru, multimedia platform for democratic learning of foreign languages. And we also took part in service training. And our members of the associations also took part in a structural European Union project at national level. So our region is quite interesting from. So surrounding cities are very nice to see. This is one of the biggest cities in Poland and the most interesting. It's a beautiful place. If you come to Poland, you will definitely come to this town. We will take you there because it's amazing. So that is. I can't call it a presentation. It's some kind of show which was weird from my point of view. So the next task for Alexandru will be buying some soft to help us present our work.
Improving our IT courses for young learners. I am not. I know you, so it's not a surprise for me that your presentation doesn't work. No, it's not. It's not technology's fault.
It is technology.
It's human error.
You should be happy because he was trying to sing. The presentation
to show exactly what you are doing in your association there. Maybe to do some manual work.
Buy a proper software.
Okay, I will. Now I have to. It's our Austrian partner. She's a single lady, and the institution's name is very complicated. Partner
Okay, I'm really scared now that my presentation won't work. First of all, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Ines Holm. I'm here on my own. I'm representing the Kärntner Volkshochschule in Carinthia, the most southern region in Austria. So the Association of Adult Education Centers in Carinthia. And I should start my presentation now. Okay, so we're a non-profit association in the field of adult education. We have 33 permanent staff, so who are employed by us. Included in that are 14 project staff. We do a lot of European projects and national projects. We have approximately 800 active course trainers per semester. On our books we have about 2,000, so if we need something we have the resources. And we also have 20 voluntary branch office coordinators. So we have 6 regional offices, and every regional office has a few branch offices. We have 22 branch offices in total, and we have course locations in 30 communities. And the way we work is quite unique in Austria. We are the only adult education association who covers every area in the region. So we have locations in schools, we rent the rooms, the classrooms, the gymnasiums, in pubs, we have round tables, everywhere in libraries. so people have access to education wherever they are. This is, oh, you can't see the outlines. This is Carinthia. It's not a very big county. It's the most southern region, as I mentioned before, bordering onto Italy and Slovenia. And the ones in green are the 6 regional offices. You can see on the left is Spital. This is my region. I also manage the region, and I have 5 branch offices there with the voluntary branch office managers. Klagenfurt is the center. This is where the Volkshochschule is based. And Villach is the second biggest city. It's our language center where we do examinations for German as a foreign language for our immigrants. And Wolfsberg on the right is the most eastern. We evaluate our courses and our activities once a year. In 2010, we had about 21,000 course participants altogether in Carinthia in over 2,600 courses. This year we haven't done our evaluation yet, but this year it is more, the tendency is rising. Since 2009 we are certified in LQV, Learner-Oriented Quality in Further Education. So we're very proud of that. It was a lot of work. We evaluate that constantly. We see the Volkshochschule as a place to meet, of communication, and a place of integration. This is our mission statement. We are politically independent. We promote openness, diversity, tolerance, voluntariness, democratic thinking, social responsibility, and an emancipatory approach. This is our traditional course program. These are the main subjects where we organize courses. General interest courses, which can include anything. We do a survey once a year before we plan our program. Culture and society, again, that's personal development. Big topic is burnout and stress, so we try and cover everything. Then economy and administration, IT is very big. Our biggest area is in languages, IT and health and fitness. So these are the biggest trends. Again, with fitness, health, we try and offer everything. That's the trend at the moment. It's a big trend this year is Zumba. And nature and environment. So we are the only education association that covers so many diverse areas. We also do training courses for staff and trainers. So we also do train-the-trainer courses. We organize excursions, study visits, also talks, different symposiums. We have a few cooperation projects, mainly with regional governments and local governments. We work a lot with schools. With the Carinthian Chamber of Labour, they support us a lot. And the Regional Health Authority, as well as companies, organizations and other associations. This is an example of a cooperation with the City of Villach and the Carinthian Chamber of Labour. We do a special program for senior citizens, which is free of charge. Main topics ICT, languages, fitness, art and culture. This is a big project and it's received very well. Some of the courses, as an example, that falls under ITCs, where we take the senior citizens to a station so they learn how to use the ticket machine, something we know, but a lot of senior citizens find it very difficult to know how to use technology, which we take for granted. Then we have ESF projects, Project JUMP, Jugendliche mit Perspektiven in German, is a translated youth with perspectives. This is a program for apprentices where we work with big companies. It has been discovered that a lot of apprentices who start training in a job lack the basic skills and basic education, so we brush them up, we teach them mathematics, German, to read and write. Some of them can't read and write properly. Just to give them more chance to stay in their job and to develop within their job. Then another one is called Bildung und lebenslanges Lernen, so education and lifelong learning, where the main focus again is on basic education. This is divided in three parts: basic education and alphabetization for people who really can't read or write, so literacy. To the secondary modern school leaving certificate. This is a certificate all children are supposed to do. But a lot of people don't manage that because they lack the basic skills. Right up to the vocational matriculation examination. It's quite a mouthful. After which people can go on to university. So this is a big project. I was fortunate enough to participate in that myself. I teach English, the preparation course for the vocational matriculation examination. And it's still going on. We've just organized a few teams. At the moment, this is just taking place in Villach in Klagenfurt, where we work with vocational colleges in the examinations. Then movie job, modular job re-entry, is for people who have been unemployed for a long time and for immigrants. We have a large proportion of immigration in our country. A lot of people are illiterate, a lot of people don't speak the language very well. It's very difficult for them to integrate and find jobs. So we start from the bottom and work them up just to give them more chance. These are some leader projects. We have the mobile ITC workshops, new learning and teaching forms for rural areas. Is a project for women who live in remote areas and again don't have the opportunity to get to education and learn technology. And learning regions, Hermagor. Hermagor is the most southwestern region in Carinthia. We do again courses for senior citizens where they learn all, mainly IT and languages. And we have a sub-program with the Volkshochschule Villach, the second biggest center in Carinthia. Everyday techniques for senior citizens. Again, it's free of charge, of course, and it's been received very well. We do memory training for senior citizens. What can my mobile phone do? A lot of people don't know how many functions they have. Yes, e-government, again, very important. And balance, what we call balance power, reactions and coordination training. Because again, a big problem with elderly people is that they fall. So this is try and prevent that happening. And finally, our participation in this problem, it's our first real opportunity to participate in an international partner project. E-learning is something we have been trying to introduce, but it's met with resistance and skepticism. We've tried to introduce Moodle in our build project, and I've experienced myself the participants refuse to use it. They just don't.
Moodle is quite difficult.
It's difficult, yes, and partly it's trainers.
Portuguese probably and Italian know about Moodle. You have Moodle platforms. They are very difficult, and I avoid employing this kind of. Our platforms are very good.
Are very good.
Not Moodle.
No. So this is a real opportunity for us, and we would like to realize all opportunities to offer online education. We are participating at the moment with the Volkshochschule in Vienna, who are doing e-learning for languages. And I'm responsible for that in Carinthia, so this is a cooperation with them, but just for language courses. It's taking off slowly, but people are getting interested. It's a big problem, a social problem. People don't have time. They don't want to commit to go to courses, because most of our courses are in the evenings. And we obviously want to make it accessible to everyone. Thank you very much.
see professional presentations work very good.
I was not technical because I don't know how to include GIFs and anything like that, so I'll stick with the text. I've brought a little film. How do I pause that? I've brought a little film we did a couple of years ago when we got our certification, quality certification. We got our media company to go into the streets of Klagenfurt and ask people, because we like to think that everybody knows the Volkshochschule because we're area-wide. And it was quite funny. I will randomly translate. I can't translate everything. Some people I don't understand. Somebody speaks in Slovenian, I don't speak Slovenian. But it was quite interesting to find out how people perceive the Volkshochschule and the word adult education. So questions?
Volkshochschule ist Volkshochschule. Also Volkshochschule ist. Ja, die Volkshochschule ist. Volkshochschule. Die Volkshochschule ist wenn Sie den Begriff Volkshochschule kennen.
Be confused with the primary school. So what is the Volkshochschule? I know there are Volkshochschule courses all the time, in all variations and directions, but I've never had the time to enroll on a course, nor have I seen it necessary. Different courses, sport, and intellectual area. My children will go on a Volkshochschule one day, but at the moment they're still studying on the higher technical college. Quite a compliment for us. We're glad it's here. This is Slovenian, so I don't know what to Further education, phenomenal. People shouldn't learn as much. They should be good, become good people, and they should pray more. You should be wise. Unprofessional, so to do some planning work, helping it. Learning. Have you ever done a Volkshochschulkurs? 20 years ago, I think.
Yeah?
I've done one. Computers. Very interesting. Good for education. You should use it because you have to jog your memory, train your memory. Keep those brain cells going. And to prevent Alzheimer, dementia. My brother is a Volkshochschule teacher, but I've never done a course. I write romantic lyrics. A lot of Italian courses.
Volkshochschule bezahlt Urlaub. Die Volkshochschule ist perfekt für alle da.
Perfekt für Schooling.
Volkshochschule heißt es auf Chinesisch.
This is what it is in Chinese.
Ich
teach Chinese since 1992. Klang is not a super great city, but I always look forward to my courses and want to learn Chinese. We also have a lot of courses for parents to help them to bring up their children if they have problems and learning difficulties for children. Supposed to be cool. We can't see the blue. It's our homepage. Our course program for the autumn and spring semester comes out once a year and is sent to every household in Paris. So we spend the spring in preparing for a new course. Why is it important to learn all your life? I'm a foreigner, I've been here for 5 years. So I had to do my school leaving certificate here to get a job. So I'm going to find a job. It's important for the future to have a good school, leaving, to get a good job. This is our big boss, Dr. Müller.
Am Laufenden zu sein und mit den neuen Informationstechniken.
To keep up to date with the new technologies.
Aufgrund des gesellschaftlichen Wandels ist es wichtig, dass sich Personen immer wieder weiterbilden,
um die Gesellschaft
gestalten zu können. Die persönliche Bereicherung zu machen.
The personal benefit for the future.
Ein Leben als Lehrer ist wichtig als Entwicklung. Und zwar persönlich.
It can further it personally and
Immer zu sein, bei der Arbeitsstelle dort zu sein, einfach in der Gesellschaft einfach wichtig sind. Das betrifft auch ganz viele Erwachsene, die ja auch
it's important for adults to further themselves just to keep
Probleme mit Lesen, Schreiben und Rechnen haben und die können auch zur Volkshochschule kommen
and to improve the basic knowledge.
Defizite verbessern können und Defizite auffrischen können.
Das ist ganz wichtig für den Beruf, für das berufliche Umfeld, für Weiterbildung und Universitäten oder Hochschulen, aber mit Gelassenheit auch für sich selbst, um zu tun und fit zu bleiben.
Eigentlich müssen es eine Selbstverständlichkeit sein, aus dem Druck, weil sie das Wissen, was
taken for granted to improve your knowledge.
kann man die Herausforderungen in der Zukunft auch bewältigen.
The worst thing to say is to say stay as you are.
Weiterentwicklung seiner Fähigkeiten, seiner Kompetenzen und es ist keine Altersgrenze
From the cradle to the grave, lifelong learning.
Der Wiege bis zur Bahn.
So from the cradle to the grave.
Now we have a last presentation of our local partner from the consortium that we founded here in Vaslui County. So it's a house of didactic staff from Vaslui, and our colleague will present the slides with their story. Asta?
Okay, first of all, I want to welcome you in our country. I will need Alexandru's help for translation because my English is very bad. I'm a French teacher, so...
So am I.
Alexandru was my teacher, my high school teacher.
It's not true.
For a year. If the presentation does not start...
We will wait.
Okay.
Deschide receiver-ul ăla, Alex. Receiver-ul de acolo închis.
Nu, că spica la live. Sau destul.
Okay, so as you can see, there is a picture of our institution. Misiunea noastră este
Their mission is
aceea de a promova inovația și reforma în educație
to promote innovation and reform in the education
și
field,
de a asigura cadrul pentru dezvoltarea personală și profesională a personalului de învățământ.
to ensure the frame for personal and professional developing of teaching staff.
Casele corpului didactic sunt centre de resurse și asistență educațională.
It's a fragment from the law of our educational system, which gives a definition of the houses of didactic staff. There are educational and assistance centers for school teachers, for school management, so on.
There are some functions of our institution. The main function is to organize courses for teachers and all sorts of activities. We have material resources, classrooms,
You will try to realize. Cândva în viitor o să înceapă.
I will try to speak freely because presentation does not work. După cum spuneam, oferim posibilitatea profesorilor de a se perfecționa.
As I told you, we offer to teachers the possibility to perfection themselves, to improve their activity.
Prin cursuri de formare și activități metodice și științifice.
Through in-service training and scientific activities.
Ok. Ca și facilități, beneficiem de o bibliotecă.
We have a library in our department.
Care are aproximativ 30.000 de volume.
With about 30,000 books.
Care sunt puse la dispoziția cadrelor didactice.
Which are offered to teaching staff.
Începând cu anul 2010,
starting 2010,
am înființat și o editură.
We founded a publishing house
care oferă posibilitatea cadrelor didactice de a-și publica cărți, reviste.
Which gives the possibility to teaching staff to publish their books, their papers, scientific papers.
De asemenea, organizăm o gamă variată de activități metodice, precum seminarii.
We also organize various methodic activities, didactic activities as seminars.
Lansări de carte.
Launching books. Yes.
Și oferim posibilitatea cadrelor didactice care au avut bursă să facă diseminări.
And we offer to teaching staff, to teachers who participated to in-service training outside the country, communities, for example, to make dissemination.
Și, bineînțeles, cursurile de perfecționare pe care le oferim.
We also have in our own service training courses.
Cele mai accesate de cadrele didactice sunt cele de învățare a limbilor străine.
Foreign languages learning are the most wanted courses, the most accessed courses.
Și, bineînțeles, cele care oferă posibilitatea să se inițieze în
and of course the IT courses.
That's our institution.
Briefly.
I want to wish you a good stay in Romania, and that's all. Success.
I hope for the end of our session beginning of our project, I have a little surprise because we, in our association, cultural association, we have a very beautiful experience of acting, of playing in movies, of making real movies, and I'm very proud to say that I have from my ancient students professional actors and film directors. We had a very beautiful collaboration with the Romanian director Corneliu Porumboiu, who is famous for our region, for our country, because he obtained Palme d'Or, the great trophy at Cannes Film Festival 2 years ago, and in 2006, we had the honor to be selected to play in his movie, East of Bucharest, and I put this movie on the DVDs that I offered you with English subtitles. I also put a few films that we produced in our projects, a few artistic movies, and I want to show you a very fine movie, and it was a part of the portfolio of my student, Alexandru. He is now so he is continuing his acting and directing studies in foreign countries, and I hope one day he will be a famous director, film director. And it's my surprise, it's my gift for you for this end of our session for today. Enjoy the movie. It's our association. So this is it for today. This is our president from Cultural Association Europea. She had classes and now she's free and she joined us. But it's the end of our seminar. Never too late, indeed. So. What we have to do from now on is to have lunch, of course, and at 5:45 to be to the hotel reception, only representatives or project coordinators, because we can't the TV studio is big, but it's not big enough for all the people in this room. And so we have to be about 10 persons inside. So you will think, but every organization must be represented.